From the Post-Millennial, Ghislaine Maxwell said Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. She, and along with literally everybody else on the planet, has said that. Now, how true it is, I don't know. But anyways, from the Post-Millennial, in the released transcripts from the Department of Justice interview with Ghislaine Maxwell, said that she did not believe that her former friend, associate, and lover died by suicide. The revelation was made during her Tallahassee prison interview with Assistant AG Todd Blanche. So you're going to tell us, Blanche said, what you believe, but I want to make sure I understand, your basis for belief is kind of what you've read and seen and your knowledge of Mr. Epstein for the many years you knew him, right? And actually, there's a third component, Maxwell said. She went on to detail having experienced now the mismanagement and inefficiencies and total dereliction of duty at the Bureau of Prisons. Okay, fair. Okay, so what I do want to do is be careful about is, asking you to speculate, because anybody can do that, and I don't think it's fair to you or anybody else to ask you to give us your kind of opinion, Blanche said. But do you think that the third point you say, which is kind of a failure by the BOP, there's an OIG report, there's SDNY investigation about that. You think he did not die by suicide given all the things we just talked about? That's like what it's.
Spit it out, man.
I do not believe he died by suicide. No.
Yeah, go. And this was actually written by Libby. So why don't you take it, Libby?
How do you know I wrote it? It doesn't have.
Oh no, I'm sorry. That's the tweet. My bad. My apologies.
No, I did write it.
Okay, well then go ahead.
You just outed yourself, doxed yourself live.
So go ahead and outline what do you think that she's being fulsome? Do you think that she's actually telling the truth, or do you think that this is just her trying to get in the good graces of Donald Trump because she wants a pardon?
Well, she said that she didn't think he killed himself, in part because it cost $25 in commissary to stage a hit on somebody in prison.
Oh, okay.
If you read all the way down, that's what she said, which I think that's a problem. If that's what we have going on in prison, $25 in commissary, not even like gold or something, but like that's cheap. That's cheap for a hit.
Yeah, it is.
I think a lot of people don't think that Epstein killed himself. And I think it's sort of interesting that now we have Kash Patel saying that Epstein definitely killed himself. You have Ghislaine Maxwell saying she doesn't think that he did. You have a lot of people who still think that he didn't. And I think this is a situation where we're never going to really know anything ever. She also said in this interview that she never saw Trump do anything untoward, that he was always a gentleman, that he didn't do anything inappropriate with masseuses or anybody else. And I do believe that that's true. And I do believe that she believes that he didn't kill himself.
Wait, she ran a criminal sex trafficking ring for young women. Why would you believe anything she said?
I don't necessarily. I would believe that Trump didn't do anything wrong, whether she said it or not.
Oh, you just are convinced of it?
Yeah, I don't think that he did anything wrong.
Oh my gosh, I've seen pictures of him at parties with his arms around ladies with Epstein.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that he got with underage
girls.
He
grabbed them by the pee?
I don't think he got with underage girls. I don't think that. Do I think he was an international playboy doing whatever he wanted? Yeah, but I don't think that he. I don't think that he
put his hands on a 17-year-old's boob.
I don't think that he, had sex with underage girls. I don't think that.
I don't think it, but I don't think he didn't. I just don't know.
I don't think that he did.
Well, to your point, Libby, look, when all this story was breaking and with recently in the news, I was thankful that I'm not one of those people who has like staked my career or my credibility on
the Epstein,
on having a position. I've hardly ever commented on it. Obviously it's a massive issue. I think though that it concerns me, and I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not arguing with you, but that we'll never know the truth.
Yeah,
I would like to I would like to think we can know the truth on this either way, in one way, shape, or form.
How?
But I don't know.
They won't release the courts won't allow the release of any of the grand jury testimony.
Yeah, that was interesting.
They've repeatedly refused to do that, and this is from super lefty courts in New York State that won't release it. You have the Maxwell testimony, like everything that the DOJ has had in their possession to release, other than child porn. They have released a lot of stuff.
How come they didn't release the testimony?
The court refused to release the testimony.
Well, did you know what the reasoning was?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but the DOJ has asked the courts repeatedly release the grand jury testimony, and the courts have said, no, we don't see a reason to do that.
Yeah, I do wonder what Maxwell's play here is too. Like, I certainly wouldn't necessarily trust her. I realize, look, I mean, I'm a big fan of Donald Trump. I understand that statement here, like, looks good for Trump, right? But I fundamentally wouldn't trust her. And I mean, the underlying issue of this is such a wretched, like, moral issue. Like, I want to see people held accountable for what happened to these girls, and who's behind it. I think we need to know. I mean, I don't know if that requires leaking classified information.
I don't know.
But I think I will say this, as I've watched all this unfold, if we can't get to the truth on this, like, it just really just continues to undermine the credibility and public trust in the American judicial system. That's really what's
I think
at
there's
stake here.
concerns for it, concerns about it for sure. But I do think that the Trump administration is trying to do. I think they're trying to release everything that they're able to release.
The Trump administration sent someone to talk to Maxwell, and then she came out with this statement. Trump never did anything untoward, and then she got moved to a minimum security prison. It just seems like a favor.
It does. She did get moved, but she hasn't got a pardon.
It just seems like a political favor. Like she
asked
said
for a
Trump,
pardon.
but then she said he didn't kill himself, which flies in the face of Kash Patel. So, like, they're like, you can say that part, but then say something nice about Trump, and we'll move you to minimum security.
I think what she said is, I think that what she was saying is an inference, though, right? She's inferring that he didn't. She doesn't have any actual evidence.
She said she believes that he did not.
So she's saying, because of what I know of him and what I've seen in the prison here,
That's
and
what
I
she's
know
saying.
that you can get someone killed for $25 worth of commissary stuff, that I think because of all of those things, I think that he didn't kill himself. So this isn't like she has some kind
it's
of...
a statement of belief.
Yeah, it wasn't a statement of... It's not like she has some kind of information that people...
Yeah.
That
Evidentiary assumption.
yeah, it's not like there's some kind of information that the general public doesn't have. This is just her saying, I know Jeffrey. Jeffrey was state of mind at the time. I knew him. And because I know how much of a mess the correctional institutions are, this makes me believe that he did not kill himself. But it's not actually like some kind of concrete statement that you could say, well, look, that's proof. It's not proof. It's just her inference, So... even still, I don't think that, whatever people have as a preconception, that's what they're going to fall back on with this, right? They're going to say, okay, well, so she's saying that Donald Trump didn't do anything. I hate Donald Trump. So the reason she's saying Donald Trump didn't do anything is because she wants a pardon from Donald Trump. So that makes me believe even more strongly that Donald Trump did something bad. And if you think that Donald Trump didn't do anything, you're going to say, well, she's a liar, so I don't think Donald Trump did anything. Like Libby said, I don't think Donald Trump did anything anyways. I didn't think that he did anything in the first place. She's a liar, so I don't think that Donald Trump did anything. I don't think that any of the information that she's giving out is actually of any value beyond just information coming out. Like, I don't think that it's going to change any minds. No one's going to hear this and say, okay, that, for me, that's the piece of information that makes me change my mind. I think this changes zero minds.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Except what has changed is that I thought she was going to be in prison for life and treated poorly.
It was 20 years. She got 20
years and treated poorly for running the sex trafficking operation, but they just moved her to minimum security, and she said something nice about Donald Trump. So, like, if she had said, oh, yeah, he had his hands all over underage women, she would never get a pardon. Now she might, because
I don't think she's going to get a pardon.
Do we?
Maybe at the end of maybe when Donald Trump's about to get out the door when he's running out.
Right, maybe with the auto pen at the last minute.
She ran that operation. Epstein was one of her boys.
Right.
But when you say ran that operation, do you think that the operation means that she was bringing, young girls for all the people that were going to Epstein Island, or do you think that it was just for Epstein?
I don't know, but she was the one at the center. This is according to people that were around them, like the Setiles that Maria Farmer, I think, would talk. Like, Ghislaine was at the middle in this bubble, and everyone was kind of revolving around Ghislaine, and this was like her brothel or whatever.
Okay. Well, I mean, there's other people that she's actually cleared or said that didn't do anything. She said that Clinton hadn't gone to the island, I believe, is what she said, correct?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah. So I mean, there's other people that she's made, said things about. And again, it flies in the face of what people kind of already thought, because everyone kind of already thought that Bill Clinton was a dirty old man and had done, dirty old man things on Epstein Island, and that's why there's a picture of him in a dress on Epstein.
In that blue dress,
yeah, the blue dress that's at Epstein Island.
You were saying that you wonder if we'll ever get to the bottom of it, and I sort of I don't want to. It's like I don't want to go poke the bear.
Yeah, I mean, I think, when you get onto this subject, we can talk about Trump, we can talk about Clinton, we can talk about, Epstein himself, but I mean, really, just sort of what weighs heavy on me is the actual people who were victimized and trafficked, right? And then what this sort of speaks to is is there a two-tier justice system, not just in our country, but in our world, globally? I mean, there are other parties and agencies involved with this. So it's do the rich and famous and politically powerful get to abuse anybody they want to with no justice or not? And so, yeah, I mean, that's why I want to get, I kind of always have this instinct, this desire for justice to get to the bottom of something, because either there's justice for everyone or there's justice for no one.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.